Hello students, welcome to EPG Parshala. I am Dr. Savita from Maharaja Agrasen University, Baddi, Himachal Pradesh. Today we are going to talk on module Elements of Decision Theory and Decision Analysis under the paper Managerial Economics. After having studied this module, the readers will be able to know the decision making criteria under uncertainties, to know decision making criteria under risk, and to understand decision tree technique of decision taking. The basic task of manager is to take decision in business. The manager has certain information on the basis of which decisions are to be taken. A decision is defined as selection from two or more courses of action. The manager is uncertain about the actual consequences that will occur for each course of action being considered. The study of decision theory helps the decision maker, that is manager, to choose an optimal course of action among several alternatives where the outcome or consequences associated with an action is uncertain. Decision theory is concerned with the techniques for making decisions, especially under condition of uncertainty and risk. Elements of decision taking. Before we discuss techniques of decision making, it is necessary to define the following basic elements used in its study. First one is acts. A decision always involves a selection from two or more alternatives. These several alternatives are called acts. For example, an investor is faced with the problem of choosing one alternative out of three alternatives: I-bonds, stocks, and mutual funds for investment. It means there are three acts out of which one act is to be chosen. Acts are generally denoted by A1, A2, A3 up to AN. States of nature or events. In every act, there are events or states of nature which are uncertain and beyond the control of the decision maker. In above example, where the investor is faced with the problem of choosing one of the three alternatives for investment, the states of nature are called the potential demand for the product may be good, moderate, or poor. The potential demand by called events or states of nature which are uncertain. The state of nature or events are denoted by S1, S2, S3 up to N terms. Payoff table or payoff matrix. Payoff is the gain or losses received by the decision maker from a given combination of course of action and events or states of nature. Payoff is also known as outcome, consequences, gains, or losses. A payoff table or payoff matrix consists of alternative course of action like A1, A2, A3 up to AN and various states of nature or events like S1, S2, S3 up to Sn involved in every act. The specimen of a payroll table or payoff matrix is shown below. In the above table, Column represents acts, that is A1, A2, A3. Row represents events or states of nature, that is S1, S2, S3. And P11, P12 up to P33 are the payoff for a given combination of act and event and hence make a matrix. Opportunity loss table or regret matrix. Opportunity loss is the loss incurred due to failure of not choosing the best possible course of action. It is the difference between the highest possible payoff for a state of nature and the actual payoff obtained for a particular action taken. In terms of formula, opportunity loss or regret for any act is equal to highest possible payoff for a state of nature minus payoff of that course of action. An opportunity loss table or regret matrix gives the opportunity loss values or regret for each combination of a course of action and state of nature. A specimen of the opportunity loss table or regret table is shown below. Opportunity loss or regret table, where MI is equal to 1, 2, 3 maximum profit for each state of nature, Pij actual payoff of each act. Acts are denoted by A1, A2, A3 and states of nature are denoted by S1, S2 and S3. And hence it's make matrices. First row, first column M1 minus P11, M1 minus P12 and in A3 first row, third column, M1 minus P13. So, it makes matrices. Decision-making criteria. Decision-making are being classified in the following three categories. Decision-making under certainty. In this environment, only one state of nature exists. For each alternative, there is one and only one value of the payoff. Suppose an investor wishes to invest rupees 1 lakh for 5 years period. The alternative is to open a saving bank account in the bank giving 7.5 interest, and the other alternative is to invest in PPF pay at 8.5 interest. Since both investments are secured, then PPF will be the better option. It is easy to make decision under conditions of uncertainty. Decision making under uncertainty. Here, more than one state of nature exists, but the decision maker is not sure what event or state of nature will take place, and he also lacks sufficient knowledge to assign probability to various states of nature. Decision making under risk. Here also, more than one state of nature or event exists, but the decision maker has sufficient knowledge to assign probabilities to the various states of nature. Decision making under uncertainty. A decision process is said to be under the condition of uncertainty when the probabilities associated with the occurrence of different events or states of nature are not known to the decision maker. For decision making under uncertainty, the following different decision criteria are usually adopted. These are Maximax criteria, Maximin criteria, Minimax regret criteria, Laplace criteria, and Harvard criteria. Maximax criteria. This criteria is based on extreme optimism. Under this criteria, the decision maker find the maximum payoff for each act and then select the act that represent maximum of the maxima. In decision problem dealing with cost, the minimum for each act is considered and then the act that minimizes the above minimum cost is selected. Thus, the criteria used in Maximin criteria. This criteria is based on extreme pessimism. It is also called Wald criteria, named after Abraham Wald. Under this criteria, the decision maker find the minimum payoff for each act and then select the act for which the minimum payoff is highest. In decision problem dealing with cost, maximum cost associated with each act is considered and that the act that minimizes the maximum cost is chosen. Thus, the criteria used is the Minimax criteria. Third one is minimum regret criteria. This criteria was given by Leonard Savage and it is therefore called Savage criteria. This criteria uses opportunity losses or regret matrix. Under this criteria, the payoff matrix is converted into opportunity losses or regret matrix. Thereafter, the decision maker find the maximum regret for each act and then select the act for which maximum regret is minimum. Number 4th is Harvard criteria. This criteria is the mixture of Maximax and Maximin criteria and that is why it is called criteria of realism. This criteria was given by Leonard Harvard and therefore called Harvard's criteria. In this criteria, it is assumed that decision maker possesses a specified degree of optimism represented by coefficient of optimism and coefficient of pessimism is obtained by subtracting alpha from 1, that is 1 minus alpha is the coefficient of pessimism. Under the criteria, the decision maker find the maximum and minimum payoff for each act and estimate the coefficient of optimism denoted by alpha and the coefficient of pessimism denoted by 1 minus alpha. The expected value for each act is obtained by using the following formula. Expected value is equal to alpha into maximum payoff plus 1 minus alpha minimum payoff. The decision maker select the act which has maximum expected value. The act selected is called optimal act. Laplace criteria. This criteria is based on the concept of equal likelihood, which means that the probabilities of different states of nature for a given act are all equal. The criteria was given by Simon de Laplace and therefore called Laplace criteria. Under this criteria, the decision maker determines the average payoff by using the formula expected value is equal to 1 by n in bracketed x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to n terms, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, where EV is equal to expected value for x A1 and the number of states of nature or events x1, x2 up to xn are payoff of each act corresponding to different states of nature. The decision maker select that act which has largest expected value. The act selected is called optimal act. It is worth noting, if the number of states of nature are 4, the probability of each state of nature is 1 by 4, that is 0.25. Thus, the probability depends upon the number of states of nature. The following example illustrate the above decision criteria. Suppose that a decision maker faced with 3 decision alternatives and 4 states of nature construct the following payoff table. Payoff table is given in 1000 rupees. Nature of states is denoted by S1, S2, S3 and S4. Acts are denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4 having value in row wise 5, 10, 18, 25, 8, 7, 8, 23, 21, 18, 12, 21, 30, 22, 19 and 20. Determine the alternative or act to be chosen under Maximax criteria, Maximin criteria, Maximax regret criteria, Hurwitz criteria assuming alpha is equal to 0.8 and Laplace criteria. Solution. Maximax criteria. In this criteria, the decision maker select the alternative act which maximizes the maximum profit. Acts is denoted by A1, A2, A3 and A4. Maximum payoffs are 30, 22, 19, 25 and the 30 is Maximax. Thus, A1 is the optimal act. Maximin criteria. In this criteria, the decision maker select the alternative or act which maximizes the minimum payoff. Acts are denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4 and minimum payoff for A1 5, A2 7, A3 8, A4 20 and 20 is the maximum min and 20 is the maximum. Thus, A4 is the optimal act. Number 3. Minimax regret criteria. In this criteria, the decision maker select that alternative which minimizes the maximum of the opportunity loss. To apply this criteria, we construct opportunity loss table. Opportunity loss table, states of nature is denoted by S1, S2, S3 and S4. Acts are denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4. Row wise, A1 is 20. As you see in the values in the table, that is 20, 15, 7, 0, 15, 16, 15, 0, 0, 3, 9, 0, 0, 8, 11 and 10. X A1, maximum opportunity loss is 20. For A2, maximum opportunity loss is 16. For A3, maximum opportunity loss is 15. A4, maximax regret is 10. Thus, A4 is the optimal act. It minimizes the maximum opportunity losses. Fourth, Hurwitz criteria. Given alpha is equal to 0.8 and 1 minus alpha is equal to 1 minus 0.8, that is 0.2. Acts are denoted by A1, A2, A3 and A4. Maximum payoff 30, 22, for A3 19 and A4 is 25. Minimum payoff for A1 5, A2 7, A3 8 and A4 20. Expected value 30 into 0.8 into 0.2 is equal to 25. For A2 22 into 0.8 plus 7 into 0.2 is equal to 19, and so on. For A3 it is 16.8 and for A4 it is 24. Thus, according to Hurwitz's criteria, A1 act is selected because of expected value of A1 act is maximum, and that is 25. Laplace criteria. In this criteria, we assign equal probability to each state of nature. State of nature is denoted by S1, S2, S3 and S4. Acts are denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4, and the probability in this case is 0.25 for all the cases. And the values are given in row wise: 5, 10, 18, 25, 8, 7, 8, 23, 21, 18, 12, 21, 30, 22, 19 and 20. Expected value for A1, 1/4 of 5 plus 8 plus 21 plus 30 is equal to 16. For A2, 1/4 of 10 plus 7 plus 18 plus 22, that is 14.25. Expected value for A3 is equal to 1/4 of 18 plus 8 plus 12 plus 19, that is 14.25. Expected value A4 is equal to 1/4 of 25 plus 23 plus 21 plus 20, that is 22.25. Thus, the decision maker should select act A4 for which it maximizes the expected payoff. Decision making under risk. A decision process is said to be under the condition of risk when the probabilities associated with the occurrence of different events or states of nature are known to the decision maker. For decision making under risk, the following criteria are usually adopted. That is, expected monetary value, that is EMV criteria. Number 2, expected opportunity loss, EOL criteria. And the third one is expected value of perfect information, that is EVPI criteria. Number 1 is expected monetary value, that is EMV criteria. Under this criteria, the decision maker maximizes the expected monetary value of each act. This criteria requires the calculation of expected monetary value of each act, which is obtained by multiplying the payoff for the act by the assigned probabilities of various states of nature. The decision maker selects the act that yields the highest EMV. Symbolically, it is shown EMV AJ is equal to P1 X11 plus P2 X21 plus P3 X31 plus up to PX XNL terms, where X11, X21 and X31 up to XNL denotes payoff of each act for S1, S2, S3 up to Sn states of nature, and P1, P2, P3 up to Pn denotes the probability of occurrence of S1, S2, S3 up to Sn states of nature. Number 2. Expected opportunity loss EOL criteria. This criteria is an alternative to EMV criteria. Under this criteria, the decision minimizes the expected opportunity losses of each act. The EOL of an act is obtained by multiplying the opportunity loss for that act by the probabilities assigned to various states of nature. The decision maker select the act with minimized EOL. Symbolically, EOL is equal to P1 L11 plus P2 L21 plus P3 L31 plus Pn LNL, where L11 L21 is equal to L31 up to LNL denotes the opportunity loss of each act for S1, S2, Sn states of nature, and P1, P2, P3 up to Pn denote the probability of occurrence of S1, S2 up to Sn states of nature. Note, decision using EMV and EOL criteria are the same. Number 3. Expected value of perfect information EVPI. Under this criteria, it is assumed that the decision maker has authentic and perfect information about the future. With perfect information, the decision maker would know in advance the demand for each day and will store the exact number as per demand. The expected value of perfect information EVPI is the difference between expected profit under perfect information certainty and expected payoff with uncertainties, or EMV of best act. Symbolically, EVPI is equal to EPPI minus EMV of best act, where EPPI is equal to best payoff the first state of nature into probability of first state of nature plus best payoff for second state of nature into probability of second state of nature plus best payoff for last state of nature into probability of last state of nature. The following example illustrate the EMV, EOL and EVPI criteria. Example, payoff of 3 acts A, B, C and states of nature S1, S2, S3 are given below. Payoff, nature of states S1, S2, S3, acts A, B, C and the values in row wise minus 20, minus 50, 200, 200, minus 100, minus 50, 400, 600 and 300. The probability of the states of nature are 0.3, 0.4 and 0.3. Calculate the EMV and EOL for the data given and select the best act. Also find the expected value of perfect information EVPI. Solution. Calculation of EMV. Payoff table. States of nature is denoted by S1, S2, S3 having probability 0.3, 0.4 and 0.3. Acts are denoted by A, B, C and the value is given. The expected monetary value EMV for the act A, B and C are calculated below. EMV of A is equal to minus 20 into 0.3 plus 200 into 0.4 plus 400 into 0.3 is equal to rupees 194. EMV of B minus 50 into 0.3 plus minus 100 into 0.4 plus 600 into 0.3 is equal to 125. EMV of C is equal to 200 into 0.3 minus 50 into 0.4 plus 300 into 0.3 rupees 130. Since EMV of Act A is highest, Act A can be chosen as the best act. Calculation of EOL. For calculating EOL, we first convert the payoff matrix into opportunity losses. Here is a opportunity loss or regret table where state of nature is denoted by S1, S2, S3 and acts are denoted by A, B, C. And the values and row wise, that is minus 220, 250, 0, 0, 300, 250, 200, 0 and 300. The above data is rewritten in the following table. States of nature is represented by S1, S2, S3, probability is 0.3, 0.4 and 0.3. And acts are denoted by A, B, C and the values are given. The expected opportunity losses for the acts A, B and C is calculated as EOL for A 220 into 0.3 plus 0 into 0.4 plus 0.3 into 200, that is 126. EOL of B 250 into 0.3 plus 300 into 0.4 plus 0 into 0.3 is rupees 195. EOL for C 0 into 0.3 plus 250 into 0.4 plus 300 into 0.3 is equal to rupees 190. Since EOL of Act A is minimum, Act A can be chosen as best act. Note, decision using EMV and EOL criteria are the same. Third one is calculation of EVPI. To calculate EVPI, first we calculate EPPI, expected profit with the perfect information. State of nature S1, S2, S3, probabilities are given 0.3, 0.4 and 0.3 and X are denoted by ABC. Maximum payoff are for S1 200, for S2 200, for S3 is 600. EPPI is equal to 200 into 0.3 plus 200 into 0.4 plus 600 into 0.3 is equal to 320. EVPI, expected profit with perfect information minus expected monetary value of best act under risk. EPPI minus EMV of best act is equal to 320 minus 194 is equal to rupees 126. Example number 3, a newspaper boy has estimated the following probabilities of selling a magazine. Number of copies sold 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 and the probabilities are 0.10, 0.15, 0.20, 0.25 and 30. Cost of copies rupees 3 and sale price is rupees 5. He cannot return unsold copies. How many copies should he order to maximize probability? Also calculate EVPI. Solution. It is clear from the given problem that the newspaper to boy would not purchase less than 10 copies and more than 14 copies. We can calculate the profit values for each purchase action. Event combination using the formula. We are given cost price rupees 3, selling price rupees 5. So profit on sale is 2, loss on unsold copies is 3. The conditional payoff profit in rupees is given by payoff table, possible demand, number of copies, with their probability. For 10, probability is 0.10. For 11, probability is 0.15. For 12, the probability is 0.20 and so on. Possible purchase action: 10 copies, 11 copies, 12 copies, 13 copies and 14 copies are given. So, expected monetary value can now be computed. EMV 10 copies, 0.10 into 20 plus 0.15 into 20 plus 0.20 into 20 plus 0.25 into 20 plus 0.30 into 20 is equal to 20. EMV for 11 copies, 0.10 into 17 plus 0.15 into 22 plus 0.20 into 20 plus 0.25 into 22 plus 0.30 into 22 is equal to rupees 2150 and so on. EMV for 12 copies is 22.25 and EMV for 13 copies we get rupees 22. EMV for 14 copies is rupees 20.50. From the above, we see that the highest value of EMV is rupees 22.50, which corresponds to the purchase of 12 copies. Hence, the newspaper boy must order 12 copies to earn the highest possible average profit of rupees 22.25. Calculation of EVPI. To calculate EVPI, we first calculate EPPI, maximum profit with perfect competition. Possible demands as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Probabilities are given 0.10, 0.15, 0.20, 0.25 and 0.30. And the values, you can see the table. Payoff, a maximum payoff is also given. EPPI is equal to 20 into 0.10 plus 22 into 0.15 plus 24 into 0.20 plus 26 into 0.25 plus 28 into 0.30. That is 2 plus 33 plus 4.8 plus 6.5 plus 8.4, that is 25. So, EVPI is equal to EPPI minus EMV of Best Act, that is 25 minus 22.25, that is rupees 2.75. Decision tree technique. A decision tree is a graphic representation of the decision process indicating decision acts, states of nature, probability attached to the states of nature and conditional profit and losses. The decision tree consists of nodes and branches. The nodes are of two types, decision nodes and chance nodes. Square indicates a decision node. There are number of branches leading from this square. These branches indicate various courses of action available to the decision maker. At the end of each branch, there is a circle which represents chance node. From these chance nodes, chance events emanates in the form of sub-branches. The respective payoff and probabilities associated with the alternate course 1-2 of action and the chance events are shown along the subject branches. At the terminal of sub-branches are shown in the expected values of the outcomes. Following diagrams gives a simplified view of the structure of the decision tree. Specimen of decision tree: decision node, chance node for P1, P2, P3, that is, and the outcome is Q11, Q12, Q13 for A1, and for A2 that is Q21, Q22 and Q23, and for A3 it is Q31, Q32 and Q33. A decision tree is highly useful to a decision maker to reach at the optimal act. Using rollback technique from forward to the backward, we are able to eliminate unprofitable branches and determine optimal decision. Example number 4. A company is evaluating 3 alternative investment opportunities whose returns are based on the state of economy, the possible state of economy, and the associated probability is as follows: state of economy, excellent, probability 0.2, good, probability is 0.3, state of economy fair, probability is 0.5. The return for each investment opportunity and each state of economy are as follows: state of economy, excellent, good and fair, and alternatives are ABC, row wise value 10, 6, 8, 14, 10, 5, 8, 7, 6. Using the decision tree approach, which alternative investment proposal? So students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. Decision theory is concerned with choosing an optimal course of action from among several alternatives. Decisions are made under uncertainty and risk. In addition, the expected value of perfect information, EVPI, is also calculated. A decision problem can also be depicted and solved using decision tree approach, that is a graphical representation. In decision tree approach, decision is taken by computing EMV. Thank you.